Continuing along with Eric from Outdoor Research, the next in the lineup is the Asset Glove.
It's the Asset Glove, yes. This is a very, very highly durable, impact-resistant glove. You can see that we've got injection molded padding applied to the back of the fabric and the synthetic suede here. And so it's very, very durable. It's not going to peel off the glove. It's not an adhesive. It's literally part of that fabric. It's molded directly on.
So that's molded into the weave of the fabric.
Absolutely. It's direct injection. So very, very durable. It's going to provide a substantial amount of impact protection to the back of the hand. You can also see here that we've got a very, very comfortable, breathable stretch Lycra spandex in the back of the hand. So it's going to be very, very good for ventilation, but it's also going to provide a very comfortable fit for a wide variety of people. As you look on the palm here, we've got a synthetic suede, which works very well in wet conditions. The entire glove dries very quickly.
Compared to the goat skin.
Absolutely, compared to leathers and such. And then you'll see here what we have is a reinforced palm. We've actually got a secondary layer here that goes across the center of the palm and the thumb index crotch area, and that's very good for handling ropes and other objects without wearing out the palm.
And then we also, go ahead.
Sure, we've got a little bit of silicone grip surface here just to help with the tactility, keep the grip good even in wet conditions as well. Got a very comfortable low profile closure here that allows you for a nice snug custom fit.
Very good.
And that's new for spring 14, so that'll be available to our customers in February.
Outstanding. And you expect this lineup to be in stores or available direct in spring of 2014?
Correct. I would say March 1st is a safe date for you to contact your local retailer. For
March, maybe even April, depending on how production goes.
Correct. Okay. Correct.
Now these are offshore production, correct?
Yes, and I should mention also that both of these styles are made offshore, but they are TAA compliant. They're made in trade agreement compliant countries, and you are able to purchase them through GSA for government purchase.
Very good. Anything else new for early 14?
Sure, absolutely. What we have here is some of the fall 14 selections. So these will be available in August this year. So this is a very early sneak peek. So it's going to be a little while. You'll have to wait until the end of the summer to get these styles. I'm going to start here with the halberd glove. The halberd, for those that don't know, is a pike. It's a very sharp object.
Basically, it's a long-reach weapon.
Absolutely. So what we have here is a very, very dexterous, very lightweight glove with a high degree of ventilation. You can see that the back of the hand is a very open structure knit fabric, which allows a lot of breathability and a lot of stretch. We have, again, some direct injection molding here that's going to just provide some incidental protection really to the stretch fabric on the back of the hand. So if you come in contact with rough objects in the ground and whatnot, you're going to have some protection with the fabric.
Now, is this also molded into the material?
This is a direct injection, so it is molded right into the fibers of the fabric. Absolutely.
Very good. And an interesting graphic that you have here.
Yeah, I think it's one thing to be functional. We focus on function first, but we certainly want to give a little bit of cool factor, a little bit of aesthetic appeal to the product as well.
Now, just to pop off a little bit, any possibility of getting a little custom work, maybe with some titanium barbs at the very tip there for the ultimate punch?
I don't know if that would fly necessarily. I think it would be very cool. So what you have here is a perforated neoprene cuff. So it's neoprene with perforations for ventilation. A very, very soft cuff closure, so it provides maximum comfort in that area, which can often interfere with other objects on your wrist. So we want a very low profile, very soft closure. When you look at the palm here, what we've got is a very intricate design, but there's good reason here. This is all about function. You'll see that the delta cuts here along the palm on the reinforcement layer are done such that it allows the palm to not bunch when bending the hand, when flexing. It's got a silicone grip print here for durability and wet and dry grip. And again, the perforations here. So we're really talking about a lot of ventilation. This is a very good hot weather glove. When you see the black pieces of synthetic suede here on the index and thumb, what that is a conductive suede. So it allows the use of sensor touch devices, electronics, so iPads and iPhones and your Galaxy and those types of objects. So this is the kind of glove that you can wear in hot weather. You can operate on the range. You can do very rigorous tactical operations, and at the same time, you don't have to remove these gloves to do other tasks.
And it's nice also that, as you were describing, that on the palm end, you don't get this bunching in the palm.
Correct.
In other words, it stays nice and snug to the palm, which
Absolutely.
can be a problem.
Yeah, very, very dexterous. You can even see on the inside of the fingers here, if you're handling ropes or other objects, you do have this secondary layer to resist wear and tear on the inside of the fingers.
Beautiful.
That's the halberd glove. This is our cold shot glove, and what we're really looking for here, the goal was to create a very, very durable, cool to cold weather glove. So this is something that you're going to wear in temperature ranges of maybe about 30 degrees to 45 degrees. You're going to have a very high degree of water repellency here. You've got a durable water resistant nylon on the back of the hand with some more stretch here that goes across the knuckles to allow for dexterity and articulation. And again, very, very durable woven fabrics on the back of the hand and a Velcro cuff closure. You can see here that we've reinforced the fingertips, the index, and the middle finger on this glove, which you'll see across all of our gloves.
It's pretty uniform.
Absolutely.
In design.
When you look at the palm, this is really a very important feature of this glove that you can't see, but while we've got a very durable goatskin leather palm that has a digital print etch on it for grip, it provides a variety in surface texture for grip. What's most important is that the fleece on the inside of the palm is bonded to the leather. So these two layers move together. There is no slip that often occurs in cold weather gloves. You're not going to have the shifting of the layers, which can often make grip and trigger control very difficult. So a bonded fleece and leather palm here.
So you've been able to basically blend that insulation quality with the durability of the glove and also for the dexterity.
Correct.
As you're with cold weather gloves, like you said, almost always it's a uniform issue where you have the slippage.
Yeah, usually your insulative component is independent of the palm, so you do have that movement. On the back of the hand, we've actually independently stitched the fleece insulation so that you do have good movement in the stretch panel here.
And again, not a lot of shifting of the insulation material. Now, this glove is good down to about 30 degrees Fahrenheit?
About 30 degrees Fahrenheit to about 45. You can wear it definitely in cooler temperatures if you're very active. We're mostly talking about static operating temperatures, but then again, also, every wearer is going to have a little bit different tolerance for cold weather.
Right. Outstanding. Impressive. And just as a side note, I slipped on this halberd. Eric is absolutely correct. Of course, this glove is slightly larger than what I would wear, so I'm getting a little bit of a movement of the palm, but if it was properly fitted, for me, that is, yeah, I can see that shifting is not going to happen. And I got to say, really, titanium, maybe maybe even bronze, something for the tips.
A little flash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and really for me, a lot of, I have a motorcycling background, so a lot of it relates back to what I experienced in some of the motocross styles, and the pre-curve of the hand is very important across all of these styles here, to get a nice fit when you're clenching and bunching objects, which is crucial for operators.
Exactly, and as well as, you're talking about the motorcycling background. Obviously, that's a part of the original intent behind these gloves for the knuckle protection in the event that you encounter a little resistance or a little issue, a little problem.
Correct. What I have here is the Paradigm glove. And what we did here was we were able to create a very close fitting, very tactile glove. It generally operates in a similar temperature range to the cold shot glove. And we're able to do that by way of a Gore windstopper fabric. So a very well-known brand, Gore. They produce fantastic textiles. This actually has a membrane in it which provides absolute wind resistance, so wind does not get through this product, but also that helps to insulate. It also helps to provide a water repellent property to this glove. I won't say waterproof because it's not an insert barrier, because it is stitched. However, what that Gore-Tex Windstopper allows us to do is do a very tight-fitting glove and take advantage of the stretch of that textile to provide the tactility and the dexterity needed for tactical operations. So it's a very simple pull-on design. It has a narrowed wrist here, so you don't need a cuff closure on this glove. It can be worn over or under a jacket cuff, depending on the wearer's preference.
You could slip your sleeve cuff underneath the glove.
Absolutely. Yeah. You note again, we've got some goatskin leather reinforcements here in the high wear areas, and again here. So when your slide return on the weapon occurs, you've got some protection here on the back of the hand.
Very good.
And on the palm, very lean, again, gold skin palm, which again, very, very durable for the thickness versus other animal hides. And you've got a very nice pull-on here. So this pull-on allows you to attach carabiner loops as well, hang it on, but also to very easily don the gloves. And you'll find that as a common feature across all of our gloves.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So that's the Paradigm glove, and that'll be available in fall of 2014.
Later in the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're having a little even earlier introduction into that particular piece.
Yes, sir. This is the gauntlet version of our very popular Firemark glove. The original Firemark is a short cuff glove, so we've added about 4 inches of gauntlet protection to the wearer that allows you to put that underneath or over top of the jacket cuff. And to reiterate for those that don't know about the Firemark glove itself, again, very highly tactile and dexterous. You can see very minimal bunching in the palm at all when you're clenching objects, and again, that is a result of the pre-curved design of this product. The shell of the glove is constructed with genuine DuPont Nomex fabric. It's an interlock fabric that is very durable and highly flame and flash resistant. We've got goatskin leather reinforcements again across the fingertips, across the back of the hand, and then what you see here is a 4mm foam padding that provides a substantial amount of impact protection.
Cushiony, not too, obviously not rigid, so not really a problem with that regard, but giving you definitely some protection.
Yeah, it's substantial protection,
like
and we
nice,
certainly
cushiony, soft protection.
We certainly, ergonomically cut this to prevent, any restriction in the movement. So, very, very flexible glove. On the palm of the hand, what you see here is our goatskin leather, but then also a digital etched goatskin reinforcement across the critical wear areas of glove. And then we've done some ergonomic cuts here to allow for a flex in the glove without the bunching issue. Pull-on loop here again for easy donning and attachment to carabiners. That's the Firemark with gauntlet, based directly off of our Firemark glove. For those that are issued this glove in any instance and you don't want to have the gauntlet, it's very easy to cut this gauntlet out of the glove without damaging the rest of it.
Just trim it away because you do have some piping here.
Correct.
Along the actual wrist section, so you could trim that very, very easily to remove the gauntlet section.
Correct.
Outstanding.
Firemark glove, and that'll be available as well in fall of 14. So August or September, you should be able to see that starting to hit your retailers.
Very good. Let me slip that one on.
Sure.
Now, while I'm doing that, just out of curiosity, what is your little snapshot of your background and background with the company?
Sure. The background of the company was actually founded in 1981 by Ron Gregg, who was an avid, mountaineer, skier, climber, and so he really came into forming Outdoor Research as a way to build better kit for his own adventures, and then obviously to pass that great kit on to others who shared his love for the sports. Around the late 90s, we actually were involved in developing a glove system for Special Operations Command that became the issued set of gloves for Special Operations Command up until just recently. We continue to supply that glove to them as well and have expanded upon that collection. Those gloves were all produced in our own factory in Seattle, Washington. Where Outdoor Research has gone now is we've begun to take some of those popular styles and even develop new styles offshore to allow access to, for our customers to have access to those gloves, not just through issue through military service and whatnot.
In other words, to allow the actual person who might be needing to purchase this for themselves a little easier access without really, in other words, we're bringing the price point down a bit.
Absolutely, but we make sure that there's no sacrifices in the design of the product, in the performance of the materials, the fit, and the function. We have very, very tight quality controls to ensure that we have parity between what we're doing in our own factory versus what occurs offshore, which is very, very important to us.
And as we had discussed earlier, offshore production is in South Korea, so you have a lot better quality control
Some
issues.
is in South Korea, some is in other parts of Asia.
Okay.
And I should note something that's very important for us too is that, on our very popular styles, what we're striving to do, Firemark is a very good example, is we have an offshore Asia-produced glove. We have a TAA compliant produced version of the Firemark glove, and now we also have a USA Berry compliant version of the glove. So really, our Seattle Fiat factories worked very hard over the last couple of years to make sure that we're able to produce product of the complexity that you're able to produce in Asia. We're a factory that has pioneered seam taping of gloves in the United States, which you really don't find elsewhere. So we're very proud of the capabilities we have in Seattle.
Very good. Just a little comment I'd like to make since I've been able to slip on this Firemark. Eric is absolutely correct. In spite of really what amounts to some additional layering to come up with the style that you have here and with the design, this has a high level of dexterity for me. And again, keeping in mind that this particular glove would need to be a little smaller to be fitting my hand properly. But it's the level of dexterity is very high on this. Okay, now Eric, out of curiosity, I know you're a coffee man. You love your coffee. We were talking about that earlier. And of course, being Seattle, you're
right, it's the law.
You are the hub. Yeah, the law. It's mandated. You've got a coffee consumption quota that you have to maintain. On a personal level, favorite adult beverage if you imbibe?
I'm a fan of an amber ale, a pale ale maybe, and of course we've got a wonderful selection of those in Seattle as well. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kilt Lifter is coming to mind from the brewery down in the Pike. Actually, Pike Brewing.
Yeah, very good.
Big fan of the Kilt Lifter.
It's very good. I was down to see a show in Seattle and actually was over there and to check that out just recently, as a matter of fact.
Outstanding. Okay, and of course with your amber ales or your IPAs, cigars or pipe?
Not a cigar fan, not a smoker.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. We won't hold that. Won't hold that against you because you do have the high consumption of coffee issue. So I think we're balanced out there. Well, listen, brother. Thank you very much for the information. You have a very safe trip back home. Have a Kilt Lifter. Think of me when you have your next Kilt Lifter, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Will do. Thanks for your interest in outdoor research. We really appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you.